As someone that's been in OnlyFans for the last 5 years, I feel like it's my obligation to tell some people the truth about OnlyFans.
I'm just like, because I know I'm doing it for men that are on there like waiting to like see, so it's not a good feeling.
I have people in my family who do it, like love it, but like I don't like how desensitized I've become to it and how
I would have a hard time if this is my wife, I'm bringing them home to meet my parents, I'm bringing them to meet my friends, and they can just look this person's name up on the internet.
Hey guys! As someone that's been in OnlyFans for the last 5 years, I feel like it's my obligation to tell some people the truth about OnlyFans because I feel like no one talks about it, and when they do talk about it, they lie. So I'm here to tell you the truth. People are coming on here and lying and saying that they are doing the most minimal chill content and making tens and thousands of dollars from this kind of content, and it's not true. You have to understand that if you're going to get into this job, it is very likely that most of your boundaries that you had at the beginning will disappear. You think that you're going to be a certain way and you're not. Like, money gets involved, pressure gets involved, your boundaries just slowly slip away, and yeah, that's a fact. And again, the people that are telling you that they are just selling, it's not true. You need to understand that people are going to judge you. People don't like this job. Most people don't. It is very hard to get good relationships and good friendships with people after you get this job. Even if you think and you're going into this saying, I don't have a boyfriend and I don't care and I'm just doing this for myself and whatever, you will want a boyfriend at some point in your life. So it's something that I also didn't think about when I was 21. I didn't know any of these things. Your whole body is on Google. There's a digital footprint, it exists, and it's there for life. You can probably pay a lot of money to get it disappeared, but that's only for a short period of time because it's out there. And I know you think also before, maybe you're considering starting and you're like, I don't care, YOLO. At some point, you will care. You will have a boyfriend, you will have a job opportunity, you will have something where you're like, oh my God, I can't believe that can't happen because of this. Like a lot of girls don't understand is you're not feeling your best all the time, right? Your body goes through stages, it goes up and down. You don't realize that you have to be in front of the camera almost every day, especially when you're just starting. You have to create a huge amount of content. You have to show up no matter what. No matter how you feel about yourself, if you're not feeling confident, if you're on your period, if you're feeling bloated, if you have pimples, people are going to judge you even when you're feeling good. So when you're feeling your best, people are going to be saying that to you. Oh, I really loved it when you were more skinny. I really loved it when you were more juicy and you had more of a bum. Where's your bum gone? No matter what, people are going to judge you for however you look. So just keep that in mind. This job is not for everyone. These are just some of the things. There is so much that I can talk about, and I really want to get into everything because it's not spoken about enough. And if I can literally change one girl's opinion, one young girl, I would really, really, really be happy about it. So thank you guys.
Hey. So for those who do know, last year I left the sex work industry. Yes, I was an OnlyFans creator and I left. I left really abruptly. I left with no savings account. I just couldn't do it anymore. I was having conversations with people who were subscribing and stuff, and I was just like, it was intense, y'all. Like, it was really intense. I was just like, I cannot continue profiting off of this. Like, it wasn't aligning. It didn't feel right, and especially more like, I guess, being awakened to the fact that OnlyFans preys on the creator and the subscriber. Like, it can't thrive without either of them. So of course it preys on both parties. So yeah, as a creator, I was like, I'm being preyed on, but if I continue going down this route, then I'm also preying on like subscribers and stuff like that. Like, why would I want someone to end their addiction? If they end their addiction, where are my bands on bands gonna come from? Like, no. Like, so yeah. Like, I just walked away. Like, a lot of people were sharing their stories with me and about like childhood trauma and all this, and it was like intense, guys. So I left like really fucking abruptly, and shortly after. I left in September, and then in February, that's when I started living in my car. So yeah, I also throughout that journey have been pushing back on, sorry, cut off. But I've been pushing back on the colonizer entities that have been ruling over the masses for God knows how long. So with the journey of pushing back on that, and then also becoming unhoused, I've been doing a lot of inner work as to knowing that I am still deserving of the life that I see for myself, of the liberation that is going to be reached. I've been decolonizing more and more. I've been educating myself more and more, educating others when they, are open to it. Still just posting videos and stuff, but like having conversations with people when they're open to it, them asking questions, which I always love. And yeah, I ended also my relationship with my family because they have been very abusive, and they are tied to the government in Kenya that has been it's been like really fucking corrupt, y'all. Like, it's been bad. It's been really fucking corrupt, and my parents think now that they got these ties with the government that they could act some type of way, and I don't fuck with that. I don't fuck, like, I'm like, do y'all not know me? And they're like, why don't you talk? I'm like, y'all don't know me. But yeah, they've always been abusive, but the more that they've been like now like doing shit with like in other people's lives, that's when I was really like, okay, yeah, I'm not like no, I'm good. So yeah, I ended my relationship with them. So I've been just pretty much like learning how to, I guess, navigate life pretty much solely dolly. But I've been with spirit. So that's been cool. So it hasn't been as like daunting, because I know things always turn around, especially if you have a certain vision for yourself and a vision for people outside of yourself and for the earth and all that. Like, things will fall into place. So yeah, pretty much just going with the flow and stuff, and living in my purpose, which is talking my shit. Like, I love talking about decolonizing. I love talking about pushing back on the colonial empires. I love that. I love encouraging people to decolonize and educate themselves, and all that. Like, I really do love it. I love making art when I can, when I feel called to. I love just being outside with nature, with the land, with earth. So yeah, I've just been doing that, and just continuing to remind myself that my worth isn't tied to my productivity as a worker, which, it's like pretty easier like said than done. As we all know, it's pretty much easier said than done. And getting to the point of like being comfortable with my decision of leaving the industry that I like am now like living in my car, I was like, damn, like, I'm really about it, huh? So yeah, just like I've been, I guess, moving off of faith and like trust and shit like that, and watching things crumble has been giving me a lot of joy. The workers' revolution has commenced, and that has been giving me a lot of joy. And then yeah, just having trust that shit is literally gonna fucking work out. Like, I be deep into astrology. Like, I believe in destiny and fate and free will to some extent playing together. So I'm just like here for the ride. And not too long ago, I had someone that I grew up around like reach out to me because they saw one of my posts about me being homeless, and she was just like, reaching out to me, and she knew me. Like, she's older than me, and she knew me since I was like growing up as a kid. She helped tutor me in math and all this, and she reached out to me, and yeah, like, things have been turning around. So like I said, like, things will always turn around if you have that vision. If you need to leave that career, leave it. If you need to leave that abusive relationship, leave. I also went through a breakup last year too, so yeah, I just went through a lot. I just went through a lot of shit, guys. But I ultimately had the vision, And, you know, not everything is fully there yet. I still have pretty much quite, I guess, a bit of work to do, which it's gonna be a constant until the day I die. But, yeah, just things work out exactly the way that they need to. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what like my intention is with this video actually. I guess it's just another brain dump. I do a lot of brain dumps on TikTok. Excuse me, but yeah, guys, things like change around. If you have that vision for yourself and you are able to hold it while you're navigating the life that is your like present life, like things will work out. Things will work out. That's not to say that it's just all fucking sunshine and sandwiches. Like, no, like I literally lost my mind and I found it and lost it and found it and lost it and found it. And I don't know, it's just been something beautiful about it though. It's just been something so beautiful about it. Yeah, if you are feeling like you're wanting to take the leap of faith, I highly encourage it. I mean, I'm not fully on the other side, but things are turning around. Like, people are coming into my life now that understand exactly what I am going through, and it's not any of like shame or guilt. I'm about to like cry. Shame or like guilt being like projected onto me, or like, why don't you just reach out to your family, like just try, like, no, like it's none of that. And that's like really cool to me. Like, that is like really cool. Yeah, it means a lot because I've always, I guess, been around people, especially with the Kenyan community. Like, they'll really be like, I don't get it. Like, why aren't you talking to your, like, that's your mom, you know? Like, at the end of the day, that's your mom. Like, that's always going to be your mom. Like, you need to respect your parents. And I'm just like, y'all, what more do you want from me? But yeah, with this dynamic, like, it's not that. It's more of just checking to see if I'm okay, like what I need, and like things will work exactly how they need to because I know what I need. And you know, that doesn't need to be like projected onto me by other people. And that is something that I really appreciate. And it's someone who is familiar with, you know, like how I grew up. Like, we're both Kenyan, and that like really means a lot to me. And it's like the thing, it's like I would have never expected this person to I'm about to cry. My ass be so emotional. I would have never expected like this person to like reach out to me, and it happened. Like, y'all, I swear, like, the universe works in the fucking weirdest fucking ways ever, but it's like beautiful. It's so beautiful. So yeah, like I said, not everything is sunshine and sandwiches 24/7, but it's all still pretty cool. It's all still pretty good. And you know, we're still actively in the collapsing of a colonial empire, so there's gonna be some disruption, there's gonna be some fucking uncomfortable shit through that, but that's just what comes with decolonizing, period. So either way, you know, there's a bird. So beautiful. I've been seeing so many hawks, guys, like, wow. Yeah. But anyway, I don't know what the fucking intention with this video is. Alright, I'm done.
A young woman who joined the online porn hosting platform OnlyFans, aged just 18, has warned other teenagers against falling into the same trap. Writing in the Daily Telegraph, Charlotte Devine explained that although she brainwashed herself into thinking sharing explicit photos was empowering, she went on to develop a drug addiction and could not escape her unhappiness. Now, after leaving both drugs and pornography behind, she warned girls that there is nothing empowering about messaging men old enough to be their father and those cheating on their wives. The person who I want to hear my story is a girl who's thinking about signing up to OnlyFans. It's all a lie. I was so depressed and broken. The shadow of the past 3 years will stretch far into my future.
I have people in my family who do it, like, love it, but like, I don't like how desensitized I've become to it, and how I was almost about to be like, oh, like, sure, I'll post some tit pics. And I don't like that because it desensitizes the fact of like, this is something that is such a big deal if you do that. It's not just like you're making a fucking TikTok with your friends. You are fully being the most vulnerable a person can be online and selling that part of yourself for a certain amount of month. Like, that is mentally going to deteriorate you, especially when you're not making $150 million a year like Sophie or Piper or whatever. And it is just so desensitizing that I even was like, oh, whatever. And I support sex work. I have people in my family who do it, like, love it. But like, I don't like how desensitized I've become to it and how I was almost about to be like, oh, like, sure, I'll post some tit pics. Like, when
Yeah,
that's
that's
something
insane.
I would
Like,
never
that is
do.
not normal.
When I would never do that.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like so over it. I'm so over it because if I felt that way, I cannot imagine how some of our viewers have felt.
Oh, I see the
throughout these
comments,
episodes.
yeah, I see it.
Like, she's someone I'm interested by, but like, I'm not trying to have like fucking Riley Reid on and be like, oh yeah. I mean, you
Also upset because they feel like when we talk about it like this, but then they come on and we're so.
And can I
switch
say,
up.
like, I saw the comments on the Sophie episode, which actually upset me because I feel like we asked a lot of the questions that you guys.
I definitely asked some hard hitting questions. People were saying like, yo, Jacob did press her on like
But
the
then
age thing and stuff.
The issue is when they give a good answer, we can't just sit there and be like, well, I don't think that's true.
I mean, I did it about the age. You sure about that?
But like when we call it the Piper stuff and it's like,
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, I actually don't make money from her. Are we supposed, well, I don't think that's true. But it's like, we can't just sit there and like interrogate on things that we're being like, I don't know.
I would have a hard time if this is my wife. I'm bringing them home to meet my parents. I'm bringing them to meet my friends. And they can just look this person's name up on the internet and you see all type of promiscuous pictures and things like that. I think that that's kind of hard to deal with just because I know my family. I know my family values and things like that. And at the end of the day, when you talk about valuing people's opinion, I do value my family's opinion. That is people's opinion that I do value. And, you know, that would be hard to deal with. I'm not judging girls that have a past, that are on OnlyFans, that have had an OnlyFans in the past. I've even spoken to girls who have had OnlyFans in the past. But at the end of the day, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that would be a hard hurdle to jump over to bring you into my family. You know, like if your opinion differs from so-and-so, they can just type a hateful message and talk crazy. When in reality, like, we should be trying to understand each other's opinion, and then maybe we can reach a common ground. Like I said, this conversation I had the other day on my podcast, she brought up some good points about, you know, some of the points I made, and I was receptive to those, and I understood where she was coming from. She understood where I was coming from, and it was cool. But nowadays, people just like to talk crazy and just, if your opinion doesn't perfectly match up with theirs, they're gonna kill you. They're gonna kill you for it. I'm like, bro.
Try to cancel you.
It's cooking, and then when it's ready, then it's poof gone.
When you hear OnlyFans, you hear money sign. A lot of them are not making that much money on the platform. Subscription income is usually great for OF creators, but the big bucks come from the pay-per-view content, which is also known as PPV. And this is especially true for the top creators because this is where the bulk of their income comes from. Pay-per-view content is, as the name suggests, where creators can create content that needs to be paid for to be unlocked. So even if you pay the monthly fee to a creator to see their content, you still have to pay for a specific photo if they lock it. Bundles of 3 to 5 photos usually sell for $5 to $10. Then for videos, it depends because videos can be long, short, or whatever. Also depends.
I'm just like, because I know I'm doing it for like, for men that are on there like waiting to like see. So it just is not a good feeling. But like I got used to like having it. But I know obviously eventually along the road I'll close it. Like when I get married and have kids, like, you know, I'll close it because I don't want to like have kids and still go in my room and be twerking, you know, for OF. So yeah, eventually I'll close it. But yeah, you guys are admirable for you for like not doing it and you for like having it and then closing it.
Oh, and I know, thank you. And I honestly feel like there's nothing wrong with it because obviously I was doing it. So who am I to be like, why are girls on OnlyFans? And even with a child, I have a 4-year-old and I still had it. Obviously being a mom, went through something so traumatic that I really sat with myself and I'm just like, I think that I do have to do like a change, a really big change in my life. And I think that was one of them for some reason. I think OnlyFans was really like in the back of my head where I'm just like, it just doesn't, like I felt in my stomach. I'm like, it just does not feel right.
Yeah.
And I think that's a part of my testimony. So I think that's why I quit it. But I mean, I honestly don't see anything wrong with it. I think that, because I have a lot of friends who do it. And I have a lot of friends who make a bag on there. Like way more than what influencers make. And that's all they do. Like their job is strictly just OnlyFans. So yeah, I just think you know, I think it's gonna come to everyone, like whether they want to keep it or if they want to end up starting it again. Who knows? What if one day, like next year, I'm just like, you know what, like I'm gonna start my OF again. Who knows? But yeah, I just think that it also takes like a lot of courage to be on there. Yeah, because I feel like it's very intimate, it's very personal, and yeah. So I think it's, you know, to each their own. I feel like everyone has like their different experiences being on OnlyFans.
And I think just being on the platform, you put yourself in a vulnerable position where like they automatically assume you're doing they automatically assume you're selling nudes. Like I've never once sold a nude or taken a nude or nothing, because I'm so paranoid that someone can like hack my phone and then they'll have a nude of me, you know. So I've never ever taken a nude. And they make AI nudes of me, so, or they'll Photoshop nudes of me. So I remember they started doing that when I didn't even have an OF. Like I was just on Instagram and Facebook, and I was like 16, 17, and I was taking bikini pictures, which I shouldn't have at that age, but I was, and they were like photoshopping my bikini off of me and stuff, and just like drawing the line, this one, and then the butt one, and then drawing like nipples on me. And
Dude, yes.
So back then it wasn't AI, it was Photoshop. Now the AI looks more real. So sometimes like they'll be like, oh, Jaylene got leaked. I'm like, how can I know I can't get leaked because I just don't take pictures like that. So what are they gonna leak? Like a twerking video of me or a bikini picture? And it'll be like the bikini picture without the bikini because they photoshopped it off with AI. And then like it just looks so crazy. Like so I don't have my chichis done, and I wanted to get them done, and I actually showed the doctor an AI photo that they that they did of me,
of yourself,
because they did one of me where like they put my chichis so nice, and I'm like, oh my god, I actually want my chichis to look like this.
You're like, that AI is a baddie.
Yes,